Hello friends, today we are discussing on robotics. This is related to manufacturing systems. Now, the concept of robotics. First, content of robotics. First, concept of robot, advantage of robot, disadvantage of robot, application of robot, terminology of robot. First, concept of robot. A robot can be defined as a programmable, self controlled device consisting of electrical, or mechanical units. The concept of robot is a very old one at the actual world. Word robot was invented in the 20th century from the word robota or robotnik meaning slave, servant or forced labor. Robots don't have to look or act like human, but they do need to be flexible so they can perform different tasks. Robots don't have to look or act like a human, but they perform very well as per given task. Current robots have advanced sensory systems that process information and appear to function as if they have brains. Their brains means it is actually a form of computerized artificial intelligence. It's called AI. AI allows a robot to perceive condition and decide upon a course of action based on those conditions. Component of robots. First, effector. Effector in covered arms, legs, hands, feet. In sensor covers parts that act like sense and can detect object or think like heat and light and convert the object information into symbol that computer understand. Third is the computer, the brain that contains instruction called algorithms to control the robot. And last is the equipment. This includes tool and mechanical fixtures. Next, law of robot. This is the specific three law for the robots. First is the robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey the orders given it by human being except where such order would conflict with the first law. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Now, next is the block diagram for the robot. First is the sensor for line detection, second is the controller of decision making or direction of robot, third is the motor drive, and last one is the motor for precise motion left or right. Advantage of robot. There are some advantages we derived for the robots. This is the first is safety. Safety is the most obvious advantage of utilizing robotics. Heavy machinery that runs at hot temperature and sharp object can easily injure a human being. By delegating dangerous tasks to a robot, you are more likely to look at a repair bill than a serious medical bill or a lawsuit. Employees work dangerous job will be thankful that robot can remove some of the risk for the particular task. Now, second is the speed. Robots don't get distracted or need to take breaks. Robot have no required for breaks or relaxation times. They don't request vacation time or ask to leave an hour early. A robot will never feel stressed out and start running slower. They also do not need to be invited to employee meetings or training sessions. Robot can work all the time and they speed up production. They keep your employees from having to overwork themselves to meet high pressure deadlines or seemingly impossible standards. Next, consistency. Robots never need to divide their attention between a multitude of things. Their work is never contingent on the work of other people. They want to have unexpected emergencies and they won't need to be relocated to complete a different time sensitive task. They are always there and they are doing what they are supposed to do. Automation is typically far more reliable than human labor. Next is the perfection. In perfection, robots will always deliver quality. The robots will always deliver quality since they are programmed for precise, repetitive motion. They are less likely to make mistakes. In some ways, robots are simultaneously an employee and a quality control system. A lack of quirks and preference combined with the eliminated possibility of human error will create a predictably perfect product every time. Happier employees. Since robots are often assigned to perform tasks that people do not particularly enjoy, like manual work, repetitive motion, or dangerous job, your employee are more likely to be happy. They will be focusing on more engaging work that's less likely to grind down their nerves. They might want to take advantages of additional educational opportunities, utilize your employee wellness program, or participate in an innovative workplace project. They will be happy to let the robots do the work that leaves them feeling burned out. Next is the job creation. Robots don't take job away. They merely change the job that exists. Robot need people for monitoring and supervision. The more robot we need, the more people will need to build those robots by training your employees to work with robots. This is the continue for the job creation. You are giving them a reason to stay motivated in their position with your company. They will be there for the advancement and they will have the unique opportunity to develop a new set of tech or engineering related skills. Next is the productivity. Robots cannot do everything. Some jobs absolutely need to be completed by a human. If your human employee are not caught up doing the thing that could have easily be left for robots, they will be available and productive. They can talk to customer, answer emails and social media comments, help with branding and marketing, and sell products. You will be amazed at how much they can accomplish when the grunt work isn't weighing them down. Now, some mention here the disadvantages of robot. First is the capital cost. Implementing industrial robot can incur a high capital cost. However, they do prove highly effective and bring a positive ROI. ROI means return of investment. This is why prior to decision being made, we always recommend consideration is given to both the investment required and also the return of investment you expect to achieve in implementing robots. Often the advice we give is to take out asset finance and the ROI of the robot more than pays for the interest on the asset finance. This is the big disadvantages for the robots. Second, this is the expertise. The initial setup of industrial robots requires a lot of training and expertise as with any other type of technology. This is because they are excellent for performing many tasks. Good automation companies provide a support package of their expertise, which is an extremely important factor. Next is the expertise continue. However, to minimize reliance on automation companies, training can be given to engineering to allow them to program the robots. Though the assistance of experienced automation companies is still required for the original integration of the robot. Next is the limitations. The number of industrial robots has seen a dramatic increase over the year, but there are still some limitations to the type of tasks they can perform. This is why we advise that companies liaise with automation companies prior to implementations to assess the various options available first. Sometimes a bespoke automated system may give a better or faster result than a robot. A robot does not have everything built into it, so often the success or failure of an industrial robotic system depends on how well the surrounding system are integrated. For an example, gripper, vision systems, conveyor systems, etc. Use only good trusted robots integrated to the ensure optimum result. These are the minimum limitation for the robots. Now next topic is the application of robot. In the industrial side, we see the more benefit for the industry to the robot. These robots bring into play in an industrialized manufacturing atmosphere. Typically, these are articulated arms particularly created for applications like material handling, painting, welding, and others. If we evaluate merely by application, then these sort of robots can also consist of some automatically guided automobiles and other robots. Next is the domestic or household robot. Robot which are used at home. This sort of robot consists of numerous different gears. For example, robot pool cleaners, robotic sweepers, robotic vacuum cleaner, robotic shower cleaner, and other robot that can perform different household tasks. Also, a number of scrutiny and telepresence robots can also be considered as a domestic robot if brought in play in that sort of environment. Next is the medical robot. In medical side, the robot application is large. Robot employed robot employed in medical medicine and medicinal institutes first, and for most surgical treatment robots. Also a number of robotic directed automobiles and perhaps lifting supporters. Next is the service robots. Robot that cannot be classed into any other types by practice. This could be various data collecting robots, robots prepared to exhibit technologies, robots employed for research, etc. Military robots, robot brought into play in military and armed forces. This sort of robot consisting of bomb discarding robots, various shipping robots, explorations, drones. Often robots at the start produced for military and armed forces purpose can be employed in law enforcement, exploration and salvage and other associated fields. Entertainment robots. This type of robots are employed for entertainment. This is an extremely wide ranging category. It begins with model robots such as a roboswine or the running photo frames and concludes with real heavyweight like articulated robot arms employed as movement simulators. Space robots. I would like to distinct out robots employed in the space as a split apart type. This type of robot would consist of the robots employed on Canadarm that was brought into play in the space shuttles. The International Space Station, together with Mars explorers and other robots employed in space exploration and other activities. Hobby, the last is the hobby and competition robots. Robot that is created by student, sumo bots, line followers, robots prepared merely for learning fun and robots prepared for contest. Last is the terminology used in robots. Joints and links, robot body and arm, degree of freedom, end effector, maximum reach work volume, play load or carrying capacity. These are the different terminology for the robots, and these are the very deeply points for the study purpose we discuss after. Thank you.